Hi, in this video, we are going to read an Excel file into Python using one of the most popular libraries, Pandas. Uh, you can use multiple libraries and various methods for reading data from Excel into Python, but in my experience, using Pandas is the quickest and easiest way and allows you the most flexibility. So to walk through the process, I've saved down this file called Excel1. This file has this table, and our aim is to bring that table into Python. To do this, I am going to first use Jupyter Notebooks to begin with, and I'm going to import pandas in, and then the file is saved at this location. So 1.xlx. And it's pretty straightforward from pandas to read a file in. I'm just going to call it a df, and it is pd.read underscore excel, sorry, underscore excel, and then file is just the file, and we're going to just try and show you how it looks. Sorry, I made a mistake here. And run it again, and you can see that table comes in pretty quickly. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you some additional tricks and how you can actually use it better. So first things first, I would always want to specify the sheet name because in a sheet there can be multiple versions, and just this sheet is sheet 1. So first thing I would do is I'll just specify the sheet name here as sheet 1. When I rerun it, you won't see a difference simply because it's already reading the active sheet with a sheet 1. But it's a good practice to do that. The second thing I would do is I'll also specify a header row. And you'll see that I'm specifying header 1, and I'll explain why I'm doing that. Python and Pandas have an index starting at 0, but Excel is at 1. So if I say 0 as a header, it would be row 1, and if I say 1, it would be row 2. So let's see if that happened, and please focus on this line here because we don't want this. We want the actual header names, and that's pretty important to do in Pandas. So let's do that now, and you can see now we've got the right headers coming through. Another thing we can do, another trick we can do is we can read exactly the columns we want to read. So for example, we don't want this blank column. We don't want the serial number column because Pandas just gives it a serial number. So we can specify the columns to pick up. And these can be done in any particular order. What I'd probably recommend is reading the Pandas documents. And here you can see a pretty helpful write-up use calls command, and you can specify any shape in which you can pick columns from Excel. So in our example, we want to do use columns from B to F, or maybe we do it from C to F. Let's see what happens. So going back in here, I would just go use calls to be C to F, and then we're hoping that these two columns just drop off when we run this. And yes, they have been dropped off. Now, what I would also do is I would try to make the rows to be row headers to be this rather than the serial number. And I think another functionality which is provided in the documentation is, let me just find out here. I think it was index columns. Yeah, this is the one. So index calls is the functionality we're looking at. So if we go index calls, and I'm just gonna say 0 because as I said before, Pandas starts with and Python uses 0 as the first integer, and this would be 0. So I'm hoping with this command, with this would drop off and items would be the first key. Let's run this. We've got an error. Let's see why this error has happened. Index just call, not calls. Index just call. So yeah, now you can see that we've got these right bits. So the benefit of reading it in this way is, I actually wanted to show you, for example, if we wanted to just pull out this amounts column, so we can just simply do amounts is equal to df, and we can just give the amount name, and if we print amounts, let's see what it does. You can see it's just printed the amounts. And you could actually convert this into a list to perform further operations. And let's see if we do this, what it would do. And then you can see this can be brought in as an item. We could also iterate through it for I in amounts, print I. So let's try that. You can see that as well. So we printed it as a list, and then we've looped through one by one. So this is a very, very basic, simple video of how to read data from Excel into Python. I would highly recommend using all of these additional features because it makes the tasks within Pandas a lot easier. Hope you find this useful.